Hello, my name is Patience Wesley, and today I will be doing my WA2 project for English 1301. Sorry, I forgot for a quick second. My bad. So let's get into it. So the two communities of practice that I chose are how I talk to women versus how I talk to men. I know, right? It's a good topic, so why not get into it? And by the way, Miss Miller, when you look at this, I know that you're going to be thinking like, oh my God, what is she looking at? Oh my God, what is she doing? But I kind of have like a script, so I'm going to follow it. Because your girl be forgetting. I really do be forgetting. I got short-term memory loss like Dory from Finding Nemo. But let's get into it. So to start off, I'm going to give a definition of these two communities. So once again, this is a script, like this is what I'm supposed to be saying. So the two communities that I chose to do for my WA2 is how I talk to women versus how I talk to men. You would think that it would be easy talking to both genders, but in reality, it's not, because it's really not. It's more difficult trying to talk to a male than talking to a female. Well, for me it is, because like in my mind, I don't feel like a male will get what I'm trying to say versus me speaking to a female and then she's like, oh yeah, I got it, versus a dude, like he's sitting there like, yeah, I don't get it. Like his elevator isn't going, it's not going to the top. So, yeah. So, for example, when discussing exercising with a man, with a man, I tend to put myself in a state of learning simply because I assume the man I am speaking with has more experience than me. And he has more experience in this field than I do. So I usually don't try to put that much input because I would just assume that he would know more than me. Versus me speaking to a female about exercising, I usually tend to assume we have a similar amount of exercise. We have a similar amount of experience in the field, because I tend to put us on the same playing field rather than looking up to her for help, and more knowledge, when it comes to exercising. Not to put us women in a bad position or in a bad place. I would just assume that a male should know more about working out than what a female does. Only reason why I say that is because when you do go into the gym, you do see more dudes than there are females. Well, I know at least like in college I do, because anytime I go into the rec, there's always dudes there. Like there's a lot of them, and you barely see any girls. And anytime I'm working out, like they know what they're doing, versus like some of the girls, like they have to go ask the attendants for help, like how do you do this or how do you do that, or whatever the reason may be, or whatever they may need help in. So the reason why that I think that it's harder, well, for me myself, to talk to a man versus a woman, because men are difficult and they don't understand where women are coming from. Which is true. Because say for example, I could be talking, I don't know, let's say we could be talking about a relationship, and I could be telling for example, me and Jason, right? So Jason's my imaginary boyfriend, just in case you didn't know, just for this video, he's my imaginary boyfriend. So anyway, so me and Jason are, we have a crush on each other. And say for example, I'm telling Jason, how I feel, and I'm telling him, hey, I want to be with you, or whatever the fact may be, and he's just not getting it, because all in his eyes is bringing up a relationship to him, it's just like, oh, okay, like, yeah, all we're gonna do is just have sex. Like, that's what he thinks as the relationship as. And so, therefore, that's him being very closed-minded, like I said. So, like, he's not very open just to being in the relationship. He's only open just to having sex in the relationship, in my opinion. So, like I said, they are closed-minded and sensitive when it comes to relationships and sports, which is true. Because most men are very sensitive when it comes to sports. So, for example, if me and a man are discussing a relationship between another couple, the man is more likely to be thinking about the He's more likely to be thinking about the situation more sexually, versus the woman is thinking about the relationship more rationally. Which is true. That's a very valid point. Because like I just said, the male, well, let me see how I can work this. Like I just said, how like their elevators don't go all the way to the top, which I do mean. Males, they don't think how like we have, like, you know how like us women, like how like, we just have like that intuition, like of knowing stuff. Like they don't have that, in my opinion. So, to continue with the example. So, also, men are sensitive when it comes to sports because they are very competitive and territorial when it comes to sports. For example, if their favorite team has lost the game, they take it to heart like they're the ones playing the game. And in reality, they're really not. Most likely they're mad because they done spent their money on the game, or maybe they done bet and they thought that they were going to win, but they didn't. So, So, from a woman's standpoint, like me, myself, this is what I just said. So, from a woman's standpoint, I think that it's much easier to talk to a woman because she can relate to the things that us women go through on a day-to-day basis. For example, such as, menstruals, relationships, and our intuition, thoughts, like, like our knowing things, like when, like, if something's, like if something is wrong or like something's just not feeling right, like us women, like we just know, and like, it's just a different approach. But to go back and to kind of clear up some things, because I know I was kind of everywhere. What I say, like, in my opinion, my personal opinion, why I think that it's harder, like, for me to talk to a male than it is for a female. For example, I feel like the approach has to be different. The approach has to be very different, because you can't go up to a man the way how you would go up to a female. Like, for example, like, when I'm with my friends, I talk to them a certain way, like, like, as in, like, I'd be like, oh, hey, or, like, calling her out her name, like, but, like, in a friendly way. I could be like, oh, hey, B, or hey, this, versus, like, a dude. Or, for example, like, a dude that I like, I wouldn't go up to him acting crazy and being wild, because I wouldn't want him to get the wrong impression of me, especially, like, like, if I wanted to pursue a relationship with him in the future, I would have to approach the situation differently. I also feel like it's harder to talk to men because not all men are on the same level as me, or they don't think ahead as me. Like, like they're not as advanced as I would like them to be. Reason I say that is because most of the dudes that I do talk to, they're only there for one thing. Like, either they want to, have sex or do something else other than, just be friends. So that's why I say that for me, it's harder to talk to a dude than a female, because like I just said, like with my friends, they know what level I'm on, like, like when it comes to them, like, like trying to talk and hang out and stuff, versus the dude, because they just don't get it, and we all don't have the same mindset. So, yeah. That basically wraps up my video. Kind of cringy, but We'll just have to see. But yeah. So I hope that you enjoy watching this video. I tried really hard on this. Yes, ma'am. I've been thinking about this a lot, and with that, I'm going to stop running my mouth and in the video. So with that being said, I hope that you enjoy my video and probably look forward to more if I can do some more. But yes, until next time, bye bye.